Meanwhile, back at the ranch, back down to the apiaries to film again. Welcome to Little Creek Bee Ranch. March 26, 27, can't remember. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Clear day, no clouds. Temperatures in the low 60s, like perfect spring bee day. So I wanted to give you some more tips and strategies, a little at a time. I walked back down here and there was a coyote in way back pasture in the middle of the day. And no carbine to get after him, dadgum. All right, so let's get into a lesson. We're looking at our little hive again, our little nuke, but I want to introduce you to a little booklet. This is pretty cool. Let's see if we can get this on camera. At the Hive Entrance. At the Hive Entrance by H. Stork. You could find it on Amazon. It's a thin read, not very thick. At the Hive Entrance. And what's that about? There's a whole lot of stuff that goes on at the porch entrance. So the book, let's see let's see if I can do it this way. So the book, it's a booklet. It's set up in 2 columns. Let's see, it. On the left column says observation, and the right column says explanation. So this would be the observation. This is the explanation. Like, what am I seeing over here? What am I seeing? And then what does it mean? All through the book is like that. Observation, explanation. Very cool. I think a cool read. Would be smart to get it on Amazon. And there's the coyote again, way out in the pasture. Wow. Very tempting. Very tempting to take a little .45 pistol right after him right now. I couldn't hit him. If I had an AR carbine. All right, back to our lesson. So the idea is that sometimes you can come out to the apiary and, if the bees are polite, you don't have to have a veil on. It's hard to, they got a shadow on them right now. Let's see if I can. There we go. Getting settled, sorry. Dang. Yikes. Sorry, there we go. So 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock is return time, dance time. And I see bees coming back and then bees leaving. And so we have, it's fairly quiet on the porch. I see pollen coming back. I know we looked at this yesterday, but I want to emphasize the booklet. Well, what I want to emphasize is watching the porch. The booklet's good in helping you study and learn and read. After the years, several years, you'll get so good you can sit in a chair or a little stool to the side. Don't get out in front of them. To the side. And you'll be able to better tell, what are they doing? You can sit and watch them. And there is a lot of stuff that goes on the porch. Sometimes they don't even wait to go inside and dance. They'll dance right on the face of the hive or on the porch. The girls will pick that message up and off they go. So they get pretty excited. Sometimes they hit the porch and pass off nectar to their sisters. Here, taste this, man. Check this out. Taste this. And they get excited. So I'm seeing a lot of bees returning. It's 3 o'clock. Usually by 1 o'clock they're returning. But like you could say 1 to 3, 1 to 2 is kind of return time. And then the porch goes quiet again. Like we discussed the other day, bees don't come back every night. It's not efficient. Their wings wear out. Their wings wear out. If you ever have a big black gnarly storm front rolling in, put your jacket on and go stand in the apiary well before the storm gets in and watch. As the storm gets closer, I bet thousands of bees come back home all at one time. They know it's going to be really dangerous and really bad outside. So if bees came home every time, we would see this action in the apiary. The sky would be filled with thousands of bees every night, and that's not the case. And bees operate on a principle of efficiency anyway. If they have reports of good stuff, they'll bring it back. You can see activity on the porch at 10 a.m. Lots of activity. They're excited. They got into a whole bunch of nectar, coming back early. At the Hive Entrance. Yeah, you can look it up on Amazon. I want to say like $7 or $8, something like that. Pretty cool little booklet. All right, you get the idea. I want to go look at catch boxes. Ooh, get you upright here. We're not going to do any cotton balls today. We're just wanted to highlight the booklet. I wanted to look at these little girls, see if there's any bees hanging. Of course, if there's bees hanging, we got to shift gears and go get our stuff and go to work. See if we bump into Mr. Coyote. Oh boy. Oh, here's a lesson for you. Talking about varmints, coyotes. I don't have so much issue with coyotes as I do skunks. Oh my gosh. Used to, not so much now because we've made changes. Okay. Here, woo. Jeepers. Yeah, this was a simple film. You see Mr. Coyote, huh? Yeah, keep an eye on that. So while you're watching, maybe you'll see some scout bees show up. I want to walk around and look and talk. Skunks. Skunks are fearless. Skunks are a cat, and they will sit up on the porch and they will slap at bees and they'll suck them. They eat them. They suck them like candy. I'm going to bump into this coyote. Safety's off. They swat them down like, they just swat them down and eat them, suck on them, and spit them out. And you will see, it looks like skull wads on the ground. You'll see skull. It just looks like a dip, You go, what is that? The first 2 years I saw this, I didn't know what it was. I was looking for Budweiser cans. Who's been partying down here? Didn't know, didn't know. And so once skunks find your hive, they'll come back all the time. Midnight snack. And they can eat a good population, they can. You don't want that. No. Looking. Yeah. After they eat a bunch of bees in the morning, well before the sun comes up, they'll head to the closest water source. And if you have a pond nearby or something, that's where they're going. I've shot a couple of big skunks at a pond. That too. Fat from eating all my bees. They'll sit up on and chop them down. Grab them over here. Yeah, sure will. Kind of quiet. Interesting. What? Oh. Hey. Oh boy. If you have goats want to jump up on top of the hives, that's not cool. Cows, they'll want to rub on the corner of the hive and tip them over. That's not good. So really do, if you have livestock right around, you're going to have to fence off your bees. And that's a pain. And you got to go inside and weed eat inside. Say, well, okay, that's the price of having bees and livestock are completely in a different pasture. Oh, man. I'm looking. Yeah. Yeah, we're not quite there. As far as busyness, we're getting there. Getting closer. I'll get swarm calls and I'll see comments on Facebook about swarms moving or swarms. They may have already started, just not heavy. It's all right. Huh. Quiet. Real interesting. Real interesting. So if you become a student of the porch, I think you'll learn a ton. And it takes time. I see a bee checking out a box. Ooh. Student of the porch. Huh. You'll see, what you'll see is one or two scout bees looking at a box. And you go, huh, a bee. Oh, it's just starting. Yep, there it is again. So I've got somebody looking. Somebody's looking. All right. I'm going to swing around. See if we can Get you set up. If I can, I think I can catch some flight activity here. Let's see. Oh, I don't know, man. Yep. See if you can watch a bee check out a catch box. Hard to see. Let's see if we can do it. And keep our distance. It's this one right there, closest to us. That's the one they're looking at. So I'm going to swing around, all the way around the tree. They do, what I've seen, is quick checks. And then the checks take longer. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There it is. Okay. Box on the right. They do quick checks kind of around the box, and they may go get a sister. Hey, come look at this with me. And they come back. They look again. They get some pollen and nectar on the way. Go back home, get some more sisters. Hey, come check this out. And you'll see 2 or 3 more. I love it. And some people are going, what is this guy doing? Hey, man, reading bees. That's what you'll get good at. Reading bees. Bees always have a purpose. Your mission is to figure out their purpose. What are they doing? Well, there's a little booklet you can go get at the Hive Entrance. Never know, man. Yeah. At the Hive Entrance. You could spend a lifetime in bees and never learn it all. They're mysterious. They're smart. They're strong but yet weak. They will outfox you. I mean, you just have to be. It kind of sounds weird. You just got to mentally and emotionally be sold out to bees. You just got to. You can't really come into beekeeping halfway. It's like having half a herd of cows. You can't have half a herd. What is that? Half a herd. You either have a herd or you don't have a herd. You are into beekeeping or you're not. And I know people try it. And they may do it for 2 or 3 years. And they go, oh, this is a lot of work. Well, yeah, but when you love something, it's a labor of love. It's just a labor of love. But we're out here doing something simple. It's a nice day, really nice day. I want to see, I was hoping to catch this bee again. May not. Oh, there's one. Oh, golly dang. Kindled? Okay. Hold on, swinging you around. I got 2 now. Golly darn, man. Oh. Hive on the left. There and gone. It don't take them long. She was smelling the porch, checking it out. Darn it, man. I'm far enough away not to disturb them. Like, dadgummit. Wouldn't it be cool to be standing here watching and all of a sudden the swarm shows up? Oh my gosh. Hadn't happened to me that way. It certainly can. Checking it out, man. I tell you. No, she's not looking at it, huh? You know, sometimes you set them out. This is kind of early in the year, late March, kind of early still. You get into April and May and it gets busier. Set them out of a afternoon to evening, come back the next morning around 9 or 10, you go, holy cow, I think a swarm took the box. It's happened a couple of times. It would be fun to be sitting there watching them, but man, no telling how long it would take. You just don't know. That's just the mystery of it. You don't know. Darn it, she was checking that box out. Darn it. No. Darn it. Give you some tips and strategies. We're on 8 acres here. I don't do satellite apiary stuff. Did you know that there are hay rustlers and there are cattle rustlers and horse rustlers? And yes, there are even bee rustlers. Can you imagine? Oh yeah, you bet. Stealing bees, it's terrible. So I keep things pretty tight, pretty close here that I can watch over them. We can have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's 10 catch boxes out here now. We want to get some more out. And you saw me do the cotton ball. The cotton ball bees, doing cotton balls and on limbs with Swarm Commander on them. Oh, come on. Man. You never know, you know. Yeah. Pretty simple little video today. We'll be getting real busy before long. We'll get into some thicker stuff, into the bees, frames of bees, how to read a brood frame, how to read a brood box, how to read a honey box. Just know, if you're fairly new to beekeeping, know that when you catch a swarm, whether you caught it off a limb or it came into your box, swarms have a voracious work ethic. Voracious. They move just at a lightning speed. So don't treat them like your other bees that are kind of dawdling along. You really do have to have boxes ready. You only put on one empty box at a time. If you give bees too much space too quickly, it can kind of demoralize them and they stop building, they go backwards, they begin to pack more honey down low rather than come up high. So when frame number 2, when they're working on frame out of a 10 frame box, when they're working frame number 2 and 9, then I'll add the next box. When they're working frame number 2 and 9. Oh, there's another bee way over there now. Spin you around. Golly dang, they're checking it out. Okay, where am I? Way back over there, where I was. Box on the left. I know, we're just like, okay, so we have some scouts. That's 3 boxes. See, that's all I'm looking for today. I'm not looking for massive action. I mean, that's cool. It begins kind of slowly. Okay, so I have 3 boxes being looked at. Pretty cool. Oh, I like that. Box on the left. For that matter, you could get a lawn chair. You don't even have to have your bee suit on for this. Get a lawn chair, kind of if you can sit in the shade, it helps. It kind of out of the light, they don't so much recognize you. Bees see in high speed. So if you're sitting still in the shade, they're like, they don't even see you. But if you're dancing and moving around, then of course they see you. So you can sit off to the side, maybe 20, 30 yards, whatever, and just watch. And initially it'll be slow just like this. Now I don't know, I'll have to look on the camera later. I don't even know if you can see a single bee, so I'll call them out when I see them. So far it's 3. And you just kind of sit and watch. And if you have the time and can do it every day, I don't know, twice a week, it's pretty cool to kind of watch and determine. I think they're going to pick that box because there's more and more girls over this week, more and more girls coming to look at that box, and that's how it works. You'll notice one particular box that they favor, and they keep looking at it. Coming back more and more. And you go, ooh, cool. Oh, there's a 4th one. Oh, got a 4th one. See, I'm determined to catch a bee on a video. Sorry, fast movements. Sorry. Come on. Right there, that one. On our right. Was inside. That's the 4th one. That's exciting. She just came out of the box. Now, in the catch box system, we don't want any food items inside the box. No frames of honey, no sugar water, no candy blocks, no pollen to go grab. No, we don't want any food items. Those, if you have food items in there, it will be just foragers come to clean out the food item, and we don't want that. So you might have a box with an old frame of comb that has no food in it, and then some foundation or tabbed frames. That's good. Okay, so that's 4. Cool, I'm liking that. Did she go back in there? I see it. Darn it. You can also do this if you have a lawn chair and sit in the shade and watch your catch boxes or your bees. It's like your new chill spot. You ever remember, if you're a baby boomer, you probably remember this. Remember when the lava lamps were real popular? My grandparents had a lava lamp. Oh, there she is. She's on the porch. Oh, yay, man. Maybe you got to see her. There she is, checking it out, man. Yeah, you go, girl. Oh, look at that. Awesome. She is. Look how she looks. Watch how she goes up and down around the box. She went from the porch to the top of the box, around the corner, back under the board on the porch. There she is on the back side and back around. Oh yeah, that's cool. See, and back inside. Oh, she's liking that. See how I hope she saw that. She went on the front, on the side, on the back, and back around to this side, and then back inside. Very good. You're learning how to read flight language. That's what you're learning how to do. But the lava lamps would be set on top of the TV. As a kid, I'd sit there and just stare at that, like, wow. It's just stare at the lava lamp. That's what this is like. Get you a lawn chair, come sit in the shade, out of the way. Pay close attention. If you want to use binoculars, you can. Don't get real close up to them. and just watch. And what you're doing, not only watching are the bees like coming to your box, you want to learn flight attitude. Flight attitude. So she's in there. She's still in there looking around. Oh man. we ought to run a little a lucky money pool or something. We'll name the hives and we'll have everybody, you know, put okay, which hive do you think the bees are going to come into first? Oh man. Just a fun thing to do. This is cool. I like this. You'll probably see one of my chairs down here pretty soon. You come down here and spend hours. It's relaxing. You're learning while you're sitting. You're watching the bees maneuver. They're making a decision. They're learning. You're learning how to read their flight language. So what was that, 4 or 5 different boxes? That's pretty cool, man. Yeah. That's pretty cool. So on an Excel sheet, I have colored squares. Oh, there she is again. On the far side. She's still looking at it. That's good. That's good. Colored squares of when the last rain front came through and when I last sprayed with the Swarm Commander. Those things are important to me. Let's see, can you... Oh, a little bit up, there you go. Dang, man. Very cool. I will, for me, in my system, I'll run catch boxes all the way into September. And then I'll break them down towards the first part of October and bringing everything in. Okay, another bee on the far right, but I'm not going to keep swinging you around back to the far right box. So they're checking them out. That's what we want to know. So what was it, several days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, we set all this up? Now they're starting to look at them. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Every year you learn a whole cadre of lessons. You as a beekeeper, you're learning more and more, learning. And so having a good catch box strategy is, I think, a very important part of your sustainable beekeeping skill set, and not just 1 or 2 boxes, more like 10. I always tell students or members minimum 6, and they'll get 6 set up, and I'll say no, I said a minimum of 10. Little bit more. What, you said 6? No, I didn't. I always say 10. No, a little bit more. I'm kidding. Just a little bit more principle. Just a little bit more. That's all right. So if I had, let's say, I bump into a swarm that's hanging on a limb out here, down around this area, I just come over here and grab one of these boxes, provided it's empty, and I'm going to go gently deposit them in that nuke box and then go set it somewhere different, maybe at the other end of this apiary. And you don't have to plug it once you get them. Oh, she's on it still. Saw that. Once you get them in and the lid gently on, you can You don't have to really plug it. If you're just going to walk over 20 or 30 yards, put it somewhere, you just pick them up and walk off and go set them down. They haven't oriented to anything. So bees are spot sensitive. That's another principle, bee principle. Spot sensitive. So once they orient to their house, then they've locked down that spot. So if a colony's been in place for a month or 2 or 3, now they are spot sensitive. We call it, they're spot sensitive. And if I pick them up without plugging them, then I am going to screw them up and they'll come rolling out on me. They know they're being moved. But when you first deposit a swarm into a box, they've not oriented to that spot, and you never leave the box right there where you caught them. The scout bees will come back and dance them right out of the hive. So you pick them up gently and move them to where you want them and set them down. And I put a brick on the front, an angled brick, call it the brick trick, and it slows them down a little bit. It forces them to really orient hard. I may leave that brick on there a couple of weeks. And I don't mess with them for 2 or 3 weeks. I want them to lay up some larvae, lay up eggs and larvae. When they've done that, then they're locked down. They've done that, they're locked down. Yeah. Okay. What I'm seeing here, just in the, what have we been here, 10 minutes? Like there's 5, I think there was 5 boxes. And what I'm seeing is 1 or 2 bees checking out the box. Mostly single bees. Okay, so now that I know that, when I come back down, I don't know, day or 2 or 3, I ought to see more bees on the boxes, checking them out. Again, sometimes it can happen fast, but most times it builds up. There's a crescendo. It builds up to a whole lot of scout bees on a box. It'll be noticeable, but they'll be all around on all 4 sides. And then it kind of seems to go quiet for a day or 2, and then the swarm shows up. That seems to be a pattern. But again, they can hit it fast if they wanted. Depends upon how long they've been hanging somewhere. Usually, bees don't usually hang in a cluster too terrible long somewhere. If the scout bees can't find a home, a proper home, then they are hanging there for 2 or 3, 4 days, which is really rare. And I think if that happens, then they race to a home. Any kind of report of a decent home, the girls are like, "Whoa, we're off and gone. Boosh, you found a home finally." And that's when you can see them show up real fast. But normally it's a slow process over maybe a week or 5 days, something like that. So, okay, there's another bee. That's 6 or 7 to the right. My far right. I'm not going to keep swinging you around. You get the idea. Just trying to give you a feel. You know, some of the members will have catch boxes in their backyard. That's cool. Some of them have them in pastures far from the house, and maybe they're not so easy to watch. That's fine. Or you take a Saturday in your lawn chair and you go, man, I'm going to go chill. And you get in the shade somewhere, maybe 40 yards away with binoculars, and you sit in the shade and watch your bees. Watch the catch boxes. And you may very well see a swarm show up. I would be watching between 1 and 4 p.m. 1 and 4. It's about 3:30 now. That's what I do. Okay. Pretty cool. Love it. I could sit out here for hours, man. All right. So we're getting some attention. albeit a little bit, but we just set them out like 3 or 4 days ago. That's cool. Okay. All right. Hope you're learning. If you stumble across our channel, man, we're a sustainable beekeeping group, or a bee ranch, Little Creek Bee Ranch, teaching lots of people. If you like what we do and kind of like how we teach and my goofiness, you might look at the Personal Advisor Program, our coaching service. You go to littlecreekbeeranch.com and look at the Personal Advisor Program. That's where you get ongoing coaching. There's quite a bit that we do there. I'd ask you to take the time and read the bullet points there. That's pretty cool. If you have questions, our information's at the bottom of the face page of the website. You can text us or call us. We don't do any pesticides on bees. Oh, there's another one. Oh, what is that, 7 or 8? Oh, another bee, far back side. Oh, yeah. I'm going to turn you. Yeah, come on, Kendall. Turn him around there. Make it squeak. Box on the right. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Golly darn, man. Problem here, this is addictive. I said I don't want to go inside, man. I don't want to go, but I got other stuff I got to do. Anyway, check us out. Please click like and subscribe. Hit the notifications bell. Automatically get notified of new lessons popped up. Very cool. Hope you're learning. We need lots of really good beekeepers. Lots more. All right. Gotta go. Sorry. Hate to go. Gotta go. Wait for the next lesson. Check you later.